Hey, how's it going everybody? In this video, we're gonna learn entities in HTML. So let's get started. And if you wouldn't mind, please help me out by smashing the like and subscribe button. HTML entities are some special codes that are used to represent reserved characters, symbols, and special characters within our document. So there's seriously a lot of HTML entities, and if you want to take a look at them, you can click the link in description. So why should we use HTML entities? So let's say we want to add an angle bracket as a character within our web page. But if we do that using our paragraph tag, and inside if we write an angle bracket, the browser is sometimes gonna mess up the code. The reason is the angle bracket is also being used in our tag. Well, in modern browsers, it's not really a problem because it's very updated, but it is a very bad habit to use it like this. So instead what we can do is use HTML entities. So the way to write entities in HTML is first we have to use an and, then we have to use the entity name, then it's gonna follow by a semicolon. Or we can also use an entity number for it as well. So in this video, we're not gonna look at all the entities, but we're gonna look at some useful ones. So as we have learned the syntax of HTML entities, so let's add our and. So as we know, there are two types of angle brackets. First is less than, and then we have greater than. So to write less than, we have to write LT, which stands for less than. Then it is gonna follow by a semicolon. And here in our web page, we can now see we have a less than sign. And now what we can do is add a paragraph tag and then put this entity in our paragraph tag. There we go, and now we have correctly used the less than sign in our HTML document. So by using this strategy, we can also add a greater than sign. So first of all, we have to add a and. Then we have to write GT, which stands for greater than. Then it's gonna follow by a semicolon. Then it's gonna follow by a semicolon. And here now we can see we have a greater than sign. And there it is. We have used greater than sign and less than sign in the correct way. So there's another entity which is very commonly used. So this is the non-breaking space entity. So let's say we generated some sample text in a paragraph tag. But you know what? Let's make a huge space between these two words. So we can do it by clicking tab. And now here we have our huge space between these two words. But if we come to our document, we can see the space is not applied to our document. This is because this space we have just created does not consider as a space in our web page. So to actually add spaces to our text, we have to use the non-breaking space entity. So the way to write is first we have to use an and, then we have to write NBSP, which stands for non-breaking space. Then we have to add a semicolon. So now in our document we have a non-breaking space. Now if we copy this non-breaking space and then if we paste it several times, and then if we select this and drag it inside our paragraph, and now in our HTML document we can now see we have some gaps in between these two words. And now if we add some more non-breaking space, and just like that, we have created the space that we wanted before in our web page. So yeah, the way non-breaking space works is it does not make a new line, but it adds some space to our text. So to add a copyright symbol to our document, we have to write an and, then we have to write copy, then we can close it by writing a semicolon. And here now in our web page, we can see we have a little copyright symbol right here. So that is how our copyright symbol works in HTML. Next, let's learn some currency symbols. So to add a cent, we can add our and, then we can write CENT, and then we can close it by a semicolon. And now here we can see we have our cent symbol. And to add a euro symbol, we can write another and, then we can write EURO, then we can close it by writing a semicolon. And now here we have a euro symbol. And just like that, to add a yen symbol, we can write an and, then we can write yen, and we can close it by a semicolon. Now we have a yen symbol. And by using the similar method, we can add a pound symbol as well. So to do that, we're gonna use and, then we can write pound, and then we can close it by a semicolon. And now here we can see we have a pound symbol as well. So once again, if you want to take a look at all of the HTML entities, you can click the link in the description. So that is how our HTML entities work. So that's it for today's video. If you liked it and want to appreciate my effort, you can click the like button and subscribe if you think HTML is fun.